what would you do? Think before you say, try walk a meter in our shoe.
Invasion Day in Australia, also known as Australian Day to some, is a day of profound significance and reflection for many Indigenous Australians. It marks the anniversary of the arrival of the first fleet of British ships at Port Jackson, New South Wales in 1788, which led to the colonization and subsequent dispossession of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island people from their lands. For Indigenous Australians, January 26 is not a day of celebration, but rather a day of mourning, protest, and remembrance. It symbolizes the beginning of a long and painful history of colonization, violence, forced removal from traditional lands, cultural suppression, and systemic discrimination. When the British arrived in Australia over 200 years ago, they encountered diverse Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island societies with rich cultures, language, and traditions that had thrived for tens of thousands of years. However, instead of recognizing the sovereignty of those First Nation people, the British asserted their own authority and claimed ownership of the land, leading to conflict, displacement, and devastating consequences for Indigenous community. The Australian government treatment of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island people since colonization has been marked by policies of assimilation, segregation, and paternalism. Aboriginal children were forcibly removed from their families and communities in what became known as the Stolen Generation, depriving them of their culture, language, and identity. Land was taken without consent, sacred sites were just sacred, and traditional ways of life were disrupted. Over the years, there have been numerous injustices inflicted upon Indigenous Australians by the government, including the denial of basic human rights and equal access to healthcare, education, and employment opportunities, and high rates of incarceration and deaths in custody. In recent times, there has been growing momentum to change the date of Australian Day to a more inclusive and respectful day that acknowledges the true history of Australia and honors Indigenous culture and resilience. Many Australians, both Indigenous and non-Indigenous, are calling for meaningful reconciliation, truth-telling, and justice for past wrong. The journey towards reconciliation and healing is ongoing, and it requires genuine commitment from all Australians to listen to Indigenous voices, acknowledge the truth of our shared history, and work together towards a more equitable and inclusive future. As we reflect on Invasion Day, let not forget the resilience, strength, and enduring connection to the land and culture of Australian First Nation people. Change the date.
Heat from the desert to the bay.
This is my homeland, this is my homeland, this is where we stand, this is my This is my
to hear the voice of my people say Nila Gurajan, make a way, listen to the news like brand new days. And even if we weren't born on this continent, you're still a part of the wars to protect what's left. We gotta weather this storm until the death mind is torn. But I won't forget that I'm proud of the place I'm from. Still making the family strong, being the pride we need to find a cheaper life than a state full of jet where the leaders lie. Damn, even the fearless pride that that's why it's up to young people to rise. We need to be just like zebra stripes, black and white, living with peace of mind. Check it.
This is my homeland, this is my homeland, this is where we stand. This is my homeland, this is my homeland, this is where we stand. This is my check.
Sun goes down, wind comes down, and the air gets cold. Be that time, shiver spine, got no hand to hold. Now that time to define darkness control. Facing this head on with everybody up the wall. Pop your head like this, if you feeling like a villain. Got the skin, be the doctor's needle in the incision. Hit the flame on the barbecue while the meat is grilling. Catch my drift, trying to explain the strategy. When you have a vision, I'm in on a mission. Questions on what they missing, why they focus on shit TV and who it kissing. So when I'm on, I'll be kicking back, chilling while that problem comes and spilling. I hope they listening, they be fishing for the likes and numbers, pushing bullshit out like an Aussie politician. Apologies, DPC, I mean no dissing, but they think they go cool when they krillin'. Yeah, if you a villain, bob your head like me, and snap your fingers, half the world might see. If you a villain, bob your head like me, snap your fingers, half the world might see. Check it. If you a villain, bob your head like me, snap your fingers, half the world might see. I'm mindset to the mix, if you pop on top of the beat real quick. We never fall, never quit, remain unseen, it's like an endless pit. Underground like a sound to the curtains, raising our music, expanding the crowd.
These verses of love I'm sending to you. Oh, you despise, I give them to you. Oh, this time is not wasted. We go over the lesson of two. Let's just say thank you all, mob here.